葉を吐いたあんな思い出に泣いたのは今日で終わりにしないか。ワンツーの合図を待って You and me 手を取り合ったのは僕の勇気あるコールドフェイス。立ち止まんないでいいんだからね。空空しいなこの人生。できないだなんて言わないでね、言わないでね。今さらなんて言わないでね。僕ら今ささわになって回り始める、だんだん嫌になって、でも好きになるね。ねわかんないや自分会議もどんどん中に寄って、でも離れてくパッパットに乗って踊り始める、散々嫌になって、でも好きになるね。ねわかんないやこの先もずっと僕の心をシェイクシェイクイェイ。大正解なんてないのさ。じゃあ一体どこに向かえば物語は終わりますか。ワンツーの合図を待って You and me 手が触れ合ったのは僕の勇気あるコールドフェイス。かしこまったって意味ないんだって、恥ずかしがって目にバイバイです。この先ずっとよろしくね、よろしくね。君と今さっさ交わって目をそらし合う、だんだん嫌になってでも好きになるね。ねわかんないや自分会議もどんどん様になって崩れ落ちてく、パンパン触れる前に消えてしまうの、散々嫌になってでも好きになるね。ねわかんないやこの先もずっと分かり合えるまで僕たちは。今さらなんて言わないでね。僕ら今さっさわになって回り始める、だんだん嫌になってでも好きになるね。ねわかんないや自分会議もどんどん中に寄って、でも離れてくパッパットに乗って踊り始める、散々嫌になってでも好きになるね。ねわかんないやこの先もずっと僕の心をシェイクシェイクイェイ。
Hippity hoppity, hello everyone, my name is Notepad and I write games for fun. So, what are we working on today? We're going to be working on Tabletalk Online some more. However, you see here, this is my YouTube channel. Some people know I actually have this, some people don't know. Subscribe to it if you feel like it, because it's literally where I put all my videos for the stream archive. I also split up the Curious Case of Valdra Enterprises during the Kid World stream. Everything should be up to Tainted Bloodlines. Valkyria Chronicles stuff is there. If we go to my YouTube studio. I said if we go to my YouTube, this is the time where okay, and we go to videos, hippity hoppity, you get to see, and also this is blocked in Japan, and this video is blocked in Denmark. You may be wondering, but why? The answer is, I don't know either. But yeah, here's all the Hearts of Valkyria stuff. That should be uploaded soon, and then we have to just worry about Tabletalk Online stuff. Also, secondary piece of information. Give me 1 second as I watch stream, please. View numbers go brr. One of the other key things in my life is that the perverts won, because I launched a poll on various Discords about, hey, what should the next project be after Project Grug, which I actually have the title card for, and it's going to be really silly. But I asked this, I gave all of my various answers, and the perverts won. It's Project Eros, the Hentai Doujin RPG. Currently, I am in the state of, how do I feel like doing this? And the answer is, I don't know yet. Because I can either do it the very amusing way, or I can go down the not so amusing way. Sorry, I just ate a lot of food in my guts currently. Let's like hippity hoppity, I'm gonna kick you in the balls. But I have options for how I want to do this. Half of me wants to go down the Busty Barbarian Bimbos route, which is actually a real game, by the way. In case you do not believe me, look it up. It is a real game. Also, I realize I did not change the title of the stream. I'm a dumbass. So let's change that to Schmagic. There we go. Call that episode 4. This is the 4th episode, I believe. Yes, this is the 4th episode. I keep telling myself that. It'll be correct. So, let's just do a quick reference. But, yeah, Project Eros won. Exalted almost won. And then we have our sad one, like, the poor Toku RPG. Nobody wants the Toku RPG. Okusan's Big Happy Family somehow got, actually, like, some love, which kind of bamboozles me a little bit. But, yeah, we're dealing with the perverts. Good job, everyone. You despicable perverts, you. So, what did I work on last time? Well, as I said, I was going to get a little bit, just a smidge autistic. And I did. So, we have all our various swords and such, because swords are cool. We have all our various melee weapons. However, if we go down to ranged weapons have the damage class as well as the range, and this is how many feet away it is. And we have our bows. You see, bows are primarily martial, except for short bows. And that's for a good reason, because bows are actually fairly complex. Now, the one thing I wanted to do is give every single class of weapon a super heavy variant, just so people can actually do what they want. And let's see, crossbows. We have quite a bit of crossbows. You know, we have the repeating crossbow, mechanical crossbows, with pretty much allow you to shoot really well and do pretty decent damage for what it is. And then we have guns. I did put guns in. We have just the arquebus, clockwork revolvers, and handguns. And yeah, handguns. Pretty damn scary. The arquebus is pretty damn scary. Clockwork revolvers are really scary because you can shoot them quite a bit. And then we have our thrown weapons. Obviously, we also have our Princess Mononoke here. I wonder if, do I have an alt text for this? No, I do not. And we have all our various our various tags. And armor. So armor I split up a little bit. I reduced the overall armor value of it. And pretty much it's if you're wearing something above your armor class, you are effectively taking a pretty nasty penalty. Which hopefully will dissuade people like, oh, I can only wear I can only wear light armor from wearing super heavy armor because you're taking -3 stamina. Which is really bad when you only have 2 stamina to actually do things with. Like, yeah, you're super protected, but you're also not nearly as effective. While someone with a tank, for example, can put on super heavy armor and only really suffer 1. Now, shields, I went a little bit, okay, I may have gone a little autistic with the shields. I added every single type of shield I could, I felt like, and we have even things like the no shield, kite shields, bucklers, but the main thing is your armor value versus your block value. Pretty much your armor value is how much damage you're going to be mitigating naturally, and your block value is how much damage you're going to be not taking if you use the block action. So I just get attacked, oof, I'm getting hit. The kite shield's going to protect me for 4 damage, but if I use the block, I'm going to block 3 damage right off the bat, and then I'm just going to take that little bit. So that's kind of the push-pull there. And then, of course, we have all our health potions, mana potions, energy drinks, medicine, rations. Fairly basic things there. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't mean to yawn. I don't keep doing this to myself, huh? But everything looks pretty accurate there. That's all I really did, was try to get equipment set up, because equipment's a pain in the ass. But now I'm going to play Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, depending on what I end up drinking right now. Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, catch a tiger by the toe, every howlers let him go. Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. Yippee-ki-yay, I'm drinking shitty beer. But that's the secret, kids. It's all shitty beer. That's some good shit. But recently, however, a little bit more about the Notepad experience is that I've been starting a new diet, a fasting diet, intermittent fasting, because I'm a fat fuck and need to lose some weight, and it's killing me. It's killing me. It's awful. Don't do this to yourself. Why would anyone ever do this to themselves? It's awful. Let me check, make sure everything is okay. I like it when nothing's on fire. Yippee-ki-yeet. Alright, so we're going to be working on magic today. Now, one of the big problems with magic is that it was very much it works TM system, which I need to actually do a little bit of repairing on. So, let's see. Magic exists in every facet of society, for better or for magical weapons are commonplace, enough to be considered side market, and priests charge for healing miracles. And priests are magic is in everyday life in Tabletop Online. Characters can cast magic if they have mana. Characters who do not, actually I should say, do not possess mana cannot use magic, but their abilities cannot be dispelled by anti-magic. Okay, whenever a character chooses to perform an action with magic, they spend 1 mana. There's a competition between mages dispelling each other's spells or countering a devastating spell. The caster who expends the most mana wins the engagement. Characters may slowly amass mana. Here's a specific... Okay. Whenever a character performs an action with magic or has it cost mana, performs an action with magic, they spend 1 of their mana or as much mana as dictated by the talent. If there is a competition between mages, such as dispelling 1 on another spells or countering a large spell. The caster who expends the most mana wins the engagement. Which actually means I have to do something else. And I'm going to put that in the combat section, actually. And that would go right here, actually. The spell. Character attempt to stop another magician from casting a spell. Character expends an amount of mana equal greater than the spellcaster. Spellcaster during this time. There we go. So if you want to say cast a ability where you spend 3 mana, you have to spend 4 mana to try to dispel it, and it also consumes stamina. But then they can immediately do it again, which means, guess what? You're going to have to expend more stamina to try to counter them. So it does kind of boil into a game of which nuclear annihilation counts first. Let's see. A character can also amass mana for larger projects. But this often requires specific magical catalysts or crafted goods to be most effective. Specific magical catalysts to be effective. I like it when my ankles go crickety crack. All right. Magical catalyst must be effective if there is a situation. If there is a situation where a character receives temporary mana over their limit, it dissipates at a rate. It dissipates at a rate of 2 per turn. 2 per turn or until it is expended. As a side note, most, if not all, magic requires an incantation to be successful. Stealth is broken unless the character... stealth is broken unless the stealth is broken if the user attempts to cast a spell while most if not all magic requires incantation to be successful. Keep this in mind. Keep this in mind for stealthy missions and other such adventures. Yeah, it's things like this that needed to get fixed in this section. Just, oh, well, this dissipates over time. Okay, how long? Because if you don't answer these questions now, it rapidly becomes a game of Mother May I between you and your players, and nobody likes Mother May I, because Mother May I sucks. Probably put that right there. I might fix that later. Okay. Alright, some skills aren't easy to cast in a few seconds. In a few hours, these spells are massive and impressive, able to perform feats beyond the wildest imaginations. However, they are incredibly dangerous if they are miscalculated or mistimed. The majority of these spells often force draw out slowly and steadily, taking days, hours, even weeks. Should make every aspect perfect so that these spells go without a hitch. A character attempts to cast a large-scale spell. The narrator needs to determine how far or long the spell will be lasting and assign a number of required mana that will be needed to dedicate to make the spell successful. Let's see. Teleport to her tower fortress and research a few miles away. It determines that there will need to be 25 times SD2 mana dedicated to the spell. Let's say actually 5 miles. Over the course of multiple days and chugging down a dozen mana potions, the witch manages to construct the portal. The magical thief is attempting to break into the castle gates. To do much, they'll need to cloak themselves and fill invisibility. To do so, they'll need to prepare themselves. Easy difficulty times 5 minutes. Cloak themselves in darkness. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to cut this. I don't need it. Again, because we're working on off MMO logic, and if we're doing off MMO logic, we don't really need something like that. Could probably add a side note for it, but I don't need to. Let's see. It's harmony between the casters. Values. Referring to this casting, the magician is able to cast status ailments on opponents. Actually, I don't really need this section anymore. Because I spell out a lot of the I can only use magical gears and incurs on D6 penalty to all actions as your party can't keep up with the magical energy surrounding them. Friends don't let... okay, there we go. Add an image right there. Alright. All this fixed magic, and just made magic a little bit easier to read, as well as completely getting rid of the one section I didn't like very much in it. This is going to have to get our full redux. Actually, equipment's pretty much done. Alright, so if we go back up to our handy-dandy list right here. Magic. Alright, let's work on the races right now. I said, let's work on the races. Where are the races? There we go. The races of Thetos. Yeah, as you can see, I'm very dedicated to this. So obviously, human. Actually, I should say. The world is filled with dozens of different races with wild and ideology looking unique power to give them an engine world. Below are the 6 major civilized races. world. Each of them with unique abilities, each of them with a elemental affinity for their personality as well as demeanor, their personality as well as culture. And for races, it's going to be +1 to X, +1 to Y, and probably just a thing. And it's not going to be a very valuable thing. It's just going to be a thing about them. So for humans, thunder. Humans like the energy of the storm are quick, boisterous, but burn out much faster than the other races. That simply means that humans strive to further themselves in all aspects of their life to make up for the relatively short amount of time they have on this world. They have a +1 double check the attributes just to make sure. They're going to have a +1 will. Actually, they're going to have +1 vitality. Actually, we'll call them +1 dexterity and a +1 willpower. Humans are not. Humans are naturally fast on their feet. And quick with their hands. And willpower. A joke among the other races is that a human can convince someone to do anything with enough time, effort, and a bit of drinking. And they also get one little special thing. What would be the human special thing? Okay, let's give them a human perseverance. The human character gains +1 to any attribute. It's +1 to one of their lowest attributes. Humans need to compensate for their own inherent weakness. Let's see, this is heading 2, so we're going to call this heading 3. And Avon Wind. Avon are naturally at home in the woods and in their treetop villages. While many of them are reclusive, the adventurous sort. So would always find themselves in the heart of the man. Actually, find themselves wandering the open road. With the wind in their hair. The wind in their hair, and fans at their back. They gain +1 dexterity and +1 mind. Even our natural archers and climbers, moving quickly to ascertain the difficulties of the wood. Natural mages, actually being closely connected to the earth. The Aven can feel the wind and feel the flow of magic all around them with ease. Aven senses. An Aven character gains a +2 to all sense checks. Actually, what is it? Aven bloodline. The Aven. How do I want to word this? Oh yeah, Woodwalk. An Aven character gains a +1 to initiative due to their fleet-footed nature. Nothing can stop an Aven on the hunt. And now we move on to Highlanders. The Highlanders are built strong and tough in their mountainous homes. As they duel among themselves for honor and glory. Those who wander are powerful warriors and daring souls willing to go to any length to slay mighty beasts. And that means they're going to get a +1 strength. And +1 vitality. Few things can compare to a Highlander's ego, except their strength. Famous stories about Highlanders often include glorious deaths after sustaining mortal wounds that would have killed a mortal 10 times over. Highlandic toughness. A Highlander character Gains +5 health. Highlanders are feared for tenacity, more so by their inability to die. Dawi. The Dawi of the Under Mountains are an industrious and curious people, often considered by many to be stubborn, often considered by many to be the finest craftsmen in the world. Those Dawi leave their homes, go out in search of adventure and the next great crafting recipe, next great piece of craft work. And they're going to get +1 strength and +1 education. Built short, squat, tough. A Dawi is forged by the mountain, and its strength and its might. Actually, what I should make that vitality instead. +1 vitality. Put +1 education, +1 vitality. Inventive and inquisitive. The Dawi rarely do anything without meticulously thinking it through. What's a good? Flash of Genius. A Dawi character can roll in additional +1d6 any session, for any check during session. Actually, what's a good one? What's a good gimmick for dwarves? But they're not dwarves, by the way. Let me re-emphasize, they are not dwarves. Rune Lodge. Haggle Masters. What's a good thing for dwarf to have? So Highlanders, a Highland +5 health, +1 initiative, +1 to attribute. What's a good thing for a dwarf to have? Kindred. Actually, we'll call it Haggle Masters. A Dawi character. Yeah, a Dawi character can increase the value of any piece of loot gained in the dungeon by 1. Actually, let's say it increases the value of loot found in the dungeon by +1. Master. Actually, a Dawi character increases the found loot in a dungeon by +1d3. So anytime you find a major loot cache, you get +1d3 more. You just get a little bit more by virtue of having a dwarf in your party. Now we're on to lizardmen. Lizardmen. Fire. The lizardmen of the swamps are brutish as they are tricky. Fully able and willing to deal with those who tread upon their territory. Those who wander from their territory are often on a spiritual quest of enlightenment, trying to understand the natural world around them, or just eat some new things. They get +1 strength. They also get +1. Let's see, we got strength, dexterity, vitality, education, mind, and willpower. I'm going to give them willpower. Tough, strong, and incredibly easy to anger. A lizard man is a force to be reckoned with. Say few things are as terrifying as a lizard man merchant on the prowl, unwilling and unable to let go of any sale. The lizard man who has made up their mind. Stubborn does not begin to explain it. And from here we're going to have eyes of enlightened people. A lizard man character gains +5 mana. The lizard men are naturally attuned to the magical world due to their consumption of very magical creatures. Dobutsu. Water. Less of a unified race and more of an amalgamation of many smaller ones. The Dobutsu are individuals blessed by blessed by the gods of nature and animals to take their aspects. Coming from all walks of life, the Dobutsu find themselves wandering to find purpose in their life, to explore the great world before them. Obviously, they're going to have +1 dexterity. Actually, how many people do have +1 dexterity? Humans have it. Elves have it. So yeah, they're going to get +1 dexterity. They're also going to get +1 mind. Actually, I'm going to play +1 education. Yeah, +1 dexterity, +1 education. I think that works. Moving quick is essential for those who are always on the road. Think fast, be fast, and always have a con ready to go. The Dobutsu way. Dobutsu. Which, funny fact about the word Dobutsu, everyone, that's just literally the Japanese word for animal. So they're literally just called animals. But it sounds a lot better than just calling them animal people or animal kin, as is usually the case for a lot of beast races. Which I blame the furries. I will say that I will blame furries till the end of days. The fact that I cannot play a goddamn anthropomorphic character in any goddamn game ever. Like, goddamn it. Like, sometimes I just want to play a werewolf. I just want to play Werewolf the Forsaken someday. Can I? No, because I get accused of being a fucking furry. I'm not. I mean, yeah, I did go to a furry convention once. But that was because it was, like, right down the fucking street from me. And I had to go because it was insanity. And I needed to witness it for myself. So I did, damn it. I did. I was there. Interesting stuff, though. I could talk about that fucking convention all day. It was just such a weird trip. Weird, fun, and exciting adventure, and depravity. Mostly depravity. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This, kids, is why you don't look at Discord on stream, because you lose faith in humanity. Alright, so Tabutsu. What's a fun aspect for animal people? Oh. Silver-tongued. A Dobutsu character has a natural predisposition toward convincing others of their intentions. They gain a +2 to willpower checks for social interaction. Never trust a Dobutsu if they say it's free. Alright, so we have all our races, which took surprisingly little amount of time. I thought that was going to take a lot longer. And now we're going to... Okie dokie then. Okie dokie. Aven, we're going to add Aven to the dictionary. No, N Avon. This isn't even any alphabetical order, which is going to trigger the shit out of me later, but for right now, we will not worry about it. You also may be wondering, hey, Notepad, why'd you call it Avon, even though when they're clearly L's? Because I noticed like every single godforsaken, MMORPG out there that does include elves. Never call them elves. You can't call them elves anymore, because that's boring. But what you can do is you can totally call them something completely insane. Our industrious craftsman. And then we have the Dobutsu finally, which since they're the final ones on the list here, guess what? They're going to want to get the picture down here and create a race. Okey-dokey. Oh, it doesn't race in the different unique ones listed above. Treat it as a simple list for generic. Give them +2 to attributes and a simple bonus. And a simple bonus, nothing more than a +2 to an action, or a +1d3 to something else. All right, go me. Health works pretty well. Let's see. They have been knocked unconscious, and if they are not saved, they will bleed out. Actually, what I'm going to do... Okay. A character's HP... health, actually, what I should say, health points, HP, is their life and ability to keep fighting. As long as they have 1 HP, they are able to operate normally. When a character hits 0 HP, they are knocked unconscious. They are knocked unconscious and taken out of fight. Another character can heal the downed character. Another character can heal the downed individual, but they will only be brought back up to 1 HP on their next turn. If the character goes down a second time, they are taken out of the fight until the end of the round, until the end of the combat. If all characters are killed, are downed, they have lost the battle, and must be resurrected to be used again. Let's see. If they are brought back, outside of the associated cost, they suffer from the status ailment, quote, resurrection sickness, which has all HP and MP for the next venture. for next adventure they are a part of, or they can rest at their guild, rest at their guild to ignore the penalty. Higher level characters are more expensive to resurrect. Okay. What I'm actually going to call this section, keeping those numbers high. Resistances, health. Actually, I would call it health and resistances. Health and resistances. Health points. Health points. And let's see. I'm going to delete the Pulseless Girlfriend post for right now. Probably going to replace it with something. Actually, also Pulseless Girlfriend will never update again, ever. 0 out of 10. I just wanna keep with my waifu, my undead waifu. But she will never come back, and I feel very sad about that state of affairs. Resistant, actually, what I should say is physical and magical resistance. Select both of those, heading 3. A character will naturally amass two values that are essential for keeping them alive in combat scenarios. Physical and magical resistance. Both of these are a natural method to reduce damage coming toward the character based on their equipment, attributes and talents. Attributes and talentos. I must type talentos there. I'm actually going to do physical resistance. Physical resistance is equal to the character's vitality score plus armor value plus talents, while magical resistance is equal to the willpower, if I can actually type properly, plus talents, plus modifiers. A character who takes 0 damage. a character can take 0 damage. Can take 0 damage from an attack if they have high enough physical or magical resistance. However, some talents will negate or remove the physical resistance of a target. So having a high resistance doesn't always mean a character is completely safe. There we go. And I'm adding that last little section in just to give people the, like, hey, don't build a character that's just the, oh, I'm meat man who has only health and resistances, and like, haha, I'm unbeatable because I have all these, damn abilities that I just can't take any damage for, being this, like, because there are ways to get around it. This is just a little buffer between you dying and you not dying. Not a method for you to just ignore damage. And probably put a picture right there. Also, what the hell? Apparently I was recording that entire section, so that's going to be fun. I didn't need to worry about that. Let's see. Okay, we're good. Alright, so let's update you. And find out where we are, roughly. There's our preface. So, we got races done. And now we have to go to advancement. Alright, let's go to advancement. I think we can probably get that done today. I've hit the wrong button somewhere. There we go. We could probably get that done today. And once that's done, actually, we only really have to worry about enemies and guilds, which enemies will probably be... Yeah, we can actually get probably both of those done next time. We may be getting done a little bit faster than I thought. Advancement. Alright, advancement's going to need actually kind of a big change up. Holy sign of leveling up. The euphoric rush, knowing that the character is one step closer to becoming the strongest. Character will gradually learn to complete quests, slay dangerous monsters, and conquer dungeons. Character passes experience points, EXP, through their adventures. When they reach the third festival, they level up. Characters right out of character creation, and level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm only putting 10 levels in because it's easier for my sanity. Kind of the scope of this game as well. Character hits level reach level 2, they must achieve 15 EXP to level 3. So they can choose one of the options below. Okay. This is the part that needs editing. So, they can choose one of the options below. Okay. When a character levels up, they can choose three options from the list below. These options do not stack. These options cannot be taken more than once a level, but can be taken for multiple levels. Choose a new class talent. Choose a new class set. Increase any attribute by +1. Increase any main class attribute by +1. increase HP by +5, increase MP by +5, improve a skill. Actually, 2 options from the list below. Okay, improving a skill. So, improve a skill. And improving skills. When a character chooses to improve one of their skills, they must follow the path laid before. They must follow the path laid before them. For them, based on their current skill, And now, guess what we get to do? We get to go to Tabletalk Online. And we get to go to the Untitled spreadsheet, and it is actually pitch black in my room here. Give me 1 second, I'm going to turn the light on. There we are. I can actually see again. I know, it's an amazing thing to be able to see. Not to go blind from me staring at a computer. So... delicious. So we want to go to, not sheet 2, actually, delete you, I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore. Really don't need you anymore. Don't need you anymore. Nope. And nope. Okay. We're going to have to... Ooh, actually. Actually, what I'm going to do is... Can I just take something from you? No, I cannot. Son of a bitch. I didn't do it here, did I? Okay, so we're going to have to make this the great spreadsheet in the middle. Okay. Okay, so we have... Actually, no, we don't want... I debated on the rank thing for a bit, and then I thought it was a dumb idea, so I stopped it. So, actually... Give me... What the... Oh, it's already chugging. Oh no, it's already chugging. It's chugging. It is not like this. It's like, no, Pat, please. Please, you've already put me through so much. Getting level cap. Improve one of their skills. So, roughly speaking, we have weapons to improve, armor to improve, shields to improve. Weapons, armor, shields. Yeah, that's really it. So, if we want to do, let's say, swords. So with our sword tree, we're going to have basic equipment, swords. Pretty much everyone has that. And then we can go to here. God, how do I want to do this? You know what? I think I'm going to call the stream here because it's going to be literally me debating on how to do this properly. But effectively what my goal is here is to pretty much have effectively a tree that you have to go down. Like, okay, if you have, basic weapons, you have to advance to martial one-handed weapons, and then you can advance to martial two-handed weapons. But it's kind of, I can see it in my head how I want to do it. I think it's just going to be me typing things, though. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. Godspeed and good luck. And I will most likely be streaming next time on, let's see, today is Sunday, on Tuesday, the 1st. So, I'll thank you all, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. Goodbye.